What's going on, everyone? Scott here. Welcome back to the channel. So Survivor Season 48, Episode 6 is here. Now, last week, we saw Bianca go home after she didn't have a vote, and minutes before Tribal, she told Cedric that she didn't have a vote. Cedric was able to turn that around, get Chrissy to vote with him to get Bianca out. Now, this week, it looks like we are dropping the buffs and possibly merging, or that weird right before the merge area. But before we jump into this week's episode, if you could just hit that like and subscribe button down there. We'll have more Survivor content on the channel, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a video. So back at the Siva camp, Cedric wants to talk, but Say is only willing to talk to Chrissy and Mitch in the morning. He tries to respond and tell her what happened and that he didn't have time to tell her or Mitch about Bianca's plan, and just managed to get Chrissy to make sure to get her out, since she was kind of pitting everyone against each other. And Cedric's like, I'm the reason you're still here, in his confessional. And Say is like, Mitch, you voted for me? Like, how could you? But Say says, you don't owe me an apology. We're all still here. Boat shows up. Drop your buffs. You're going to your new home. Chrissy is like, can't wait to reconnect with the original tribe. And I think they'll like Cedric, but he's got to drop Say. And David is a little disappointed that he's no longer one guy surrounded by a tribe of women. And Star says, today I'm about peace, but tomorrow we can be at war. Say is happy she's reconnected with Mary, but Mary says she has knots in her stomach thinking about playing the game with Say again. And there's a sign back once you get up the beach, says that there is going to be a grueling challenge tomorrow. Some will feast, only one will be immune. Hidden somewhere is an advantage, and boom, everyone sprint takes off around the beach, and Charity is trailing Say because she was kind of going off on her own. Charity sees an advantage, starts running towards it, but not so fast. Say sprints right by her, gets the advantage in the challenge tomorrow. Joe and David connect over loving milk and drinking a whole gallon of milk a day. The group goes around kind of introducing themselves, it seems like. Eva and Joe, still each other's number ones. Eva has David, and Joe has Shaheen, and they are close with Kyle as well. So that's a solid, 5-person, group there, alliance, if you will. Eva fills Joe in about Star's idol. Joe doesn't want to, play the backstabbing game, and David doesn't want to either, and doesn't want to just be a shield like sometimes the big physical people are in this game, and wants a physical threat to win instead of a strategist. Kyle does warn David about Shaheen, that he'll cut you if he gets a chance, and Kyle is also like, well, yes, honesty and all this stuff, we want to play this honest game. But as he says, no one knows Camilla is his number one, and they're, each other's number one, and kind of working together behind the scenes. Camilla talks with Mitch and Charity. They want to keep the original 6 together from their original tribe and wants one of them to win $1 million. And throws out Say's name, but Charity wants to get out Eva. As Charity tells them, Eva has an idol, so that's obviously a big reason for wanting her out. But Charity tries to get Star to ask for it back, but as Star says, her and Eva are friends now, and so she tells Eva and Joe about Charity trying to kind of stir up some drama and asks to get the idol back. Now, we head to the challenge, going to be divided into 2 tribes of 6. The winner of that portion of the challenge earns the merge meal, but you do not earn immunity. The losing 6 will watch as the winning 6 will compete in an individual immunity challenge and also earn the merge buff, and will be the only immune person and only person guaranteed to make the merge. Everyone else is eligible at tribal council. So Say, with her advantage, doesn't have to compete in the first part of the challenge. She just automatically goes to the individual portion, and she also earns the merge meal. The purple tribe is going to be Mary, Chrissy, Camilla, David, Kyle, and Star. Orange is going to be Mitch, Eva, Shaheen, Joe, Cedric, and Charity. Purple wins the merge meal and a chance to compete for individual immunity. Comes down to Kyle versus Star, and Kyle wins the first individual immunity of the season, gets the merge buff as well. The winners from the challenge head to the merge feast. Star throws out Charity's name. Everyone else is kind of scared to throw out a name kind of at first. Chrissy throws out Eva's name. Say wants to go for Eva as well. Cedric feels like he let everyone down by struggling getting up the ladder portion of that challenge. That's not the only reason they lost that challenge, but do feel for Cedric there. 13 people going to tribal is going to be absolutely crazy. Charity wants to get Eva, but doesn't know how realistic it is. So throws Say's name out there to Cedric, and she's like, but aren't you close with her? And he's like, I voted for her twice. Like, Joe and Eva and Shaheen are all down for Charity. Everyone returns from the merge feast and let the craziness begin. Star has a nice moment with Cedric lifting him up as he's still struggling with not feeling like he did well in the challenge and cost his tribe, a chance at the merge feast and a chance to compete for individual immunity. But Star has a nice moment lifting him up there. Love to see that. And Mary says to Say and Cedric that Charity should be the first vote, but Say says Eva because of the idol thrown out there that she has. Supposedly, obviously only a few people know that for sure that were there when she got it. And then Say wants to lay low, right now, kind of in this portion of the game. And Kyle tells Eva Say threw her name out there. Eva throws Say's name out there with Charity and Chrissy. And Joe and Shaheen are brought into that discussion as well. Mary tells Joe, though, how dangerous Say is, as well as especially at Tribal. She really thrives at Tribal and is really good and dangerous at Tribal. Shaheen brings up this could give Siva 6 strong members if we go with Say here. And David's like, why go to war now? That's sizzling, right now, but we got targets in Say and Charity that it seems like everyone's in on. So we had a tribal council. Seems like it's going to be Charity or Say. That's been all of the conversation. Interesting analogies being thrown out there, as Jeff says as well, but being at a small party, only knowing a few people, your original tribe, and then just kind of, finding your way there, and then everyone's at a dog park, sniffing everyone's butt. Thought those were some interesting analogies thrown out there. Jeff said that as well, but Charity breaks up the nice connection, everyone feeling like having a nice personal connection talk, genuine connections. She breaks that up, and she's like, at the end of the day, we're here to play Survivor and win Survivor, and Say says this is the most dysfunctional family I've ever seen, and honestly, though, lots of laughter and smiles for a merge, right? Pre-merge, tribal council. Could it be smoke and mirrors? Or is this really just an easy-ish vote, really just between, the two individuals in Charity and Say? David thinks this vote will set the stage for the rest of the season, as he says the season has been, about honesty and integrity more than most. And Jeff's like, maybe we should ask the people who were voted out already if this game has been played with honesty, and don't think they'd have that same answer. We go to the vote. Cedric gets 1 vote, Say gets 5 votes, and 7 votes for Charity means Charity is going home. Everyone gets their merge buffs as well. Mitch is really upset, as you can see. Him and Charity were really close in this game, so curious to see where Mitch goes from here. Obviously, he still has the connection with Chrissy, though, as well. So kind of curious to see where those two, obviously, they, seem to have a connection with Cedric as well, especially Chrissy. So curious to see where that goes. Obviously, now that we are fully into the merge coming up next week. And then next week, Mitch doesn't know who he can trust, which we kind of just, touched on right here. But Kyle and Camilla thriving undercover, and she says that we're going to frame Shaheen. Then I was curious after the preview for next week, I was curious who voted for Cedric. And after Cedric voted for Say twice, Say returned the favor and voted for Cedric here in this one. So there we go. We are officially merged. We are down to 12 in this game. So anyway, that'll do it for this one. We will be back next week. So thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.